welcome back to BGDE, where I like to waste money and have fun. And I have a feeling the battery's going to run out, but we're going to chance it anyway, because I like to be a bit of a gambler. Yes, I do. Obviously, the amount of crap I open. So yeah, last one we got a Fable, pretty good. Let's see what we get this time. Will I get a legendary cold foil in the cool range, or will it just be in the meh range? Let's find out. But obviously, we're hunting a a Terra Sunder in the rainbow foil variety. I don't need a regular one, just need a rainbow foil one. It's ready for display, and we've got our packs ready to go. Old packs, no violent rippings like I have been doing, because you just can't do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't count after that. Rare, and Soul Tomorrow. Let's zoom in, like you guys can barely see that. Or maybe you can see it just fine. I don't know. So Tomorrow, so that's our Earth. And nothing else in the back, just jank. It used to separate tokens and all that stuff out. Now, nope. Too much effort for too little payoff. We got Sigil Suffering, an Ice Quake. There was another Mr. Rare there. Yep. Mr. Rare. Not that it's that big deal, but it could have been a Majestic, and that could have been worth a whole 50 cents. I love being sarcastic about this. Turn to Timber, Evergreen, and we have a Majestic Rainbow Foil already. It's a Channel Thunder Steppy Lightning Action Aura. I wonder what this one, I can't remember what this does, but never been played. Whenever you play an action card, you may pay 1. If you do, so it gains Go Again. Channel Lightning, and that's just the one about the flow counters and that. So this one just lets you give things Go Again. So if you can get a lot of lightning things that don't have Go Again, you can just pay a resource. But you don't want to have, in that kind of aggro deck, you don't want to be doing that. So that's probably why that was terrible. Yeah, I'd say that's probably why it never got sold plays, just because when you're in that position, you just want to be able to throw down. You don't want to have to wait and for that to go out to line up a deck. You just want to be consistently giving things Go Again. That's probably the reason why. And then you got to pay for it as well, where the Ice one is just sort of kind of passive. Flash, we have a Lightning Press, we have a Snow Under and Rainbow Foil. Yep. We got nothing else there of interest. So I don't think we'll get another legendary. I don't think we'll get a legendary in this box. I think it'll be the next box. That's my feeling. But that's okay. Snapshot, Frostfang, Entwine, Earth. I have no idea if any of these Rainbow Foils are going to be worth keeping around to play. You never know with the designs. Sometimes it ends up that way. But anytime there's a card like that they need for the next set, they think is going to be strong with that stuff, they just reprint it. They just don't reprint it in Rainbow Foil, obviously, but they just reprint it so people have it to play. What's a good thing, because it means you don't want to have people having to go every time they play. Every time a new person starts to get a couple of commons and rares, they've got to dig through fucking bajillion piles of crap. But if they want to bling it out, then they got to pay, because blinging it out costs a couple of bucks. Lightning Press and Snapshot and Thump. One of my favorite cards. This is red. One of my favorite. I put plenty of them in Rainbow 4, but it's still one of my favorite cards. Just because the guardianness of Wild Thump is great in its base against Dominate, and if it's a hero that discard a card, it's phenomenally great. It's just, if you haven't got it already buffed, if you've got it already buffed, if it costs 3 instead of 4, I think it'd get played more. But that's my mind, because you can't always guarantee it's going to get buffed. So 3 for 6 with nothing else is kind of not really where you want to be. Sorry, where was I? Wave ice growth. Evergreen. Cool. So if people want to see some new other stuff, put comments in the put some comments down there what you want to see. I might do it, might not. Who knows? But if you don't put any comments, I can't read your minds. Lightning channel mount heroic is the majestic. Yep, and we have the Goliath footsteps, a nice fusion card there. So that's definitely an elemental guardian. Whoop. Cards in. Yep. Frostfang Awaken for the thing, and we have a Weave Lightning Rainbow Foil. This is garbage. It's an Earth Fusion Guardian Elemental instant. If you have less life than your opponent's hero, create Seismic Surge tokens equal to the difference in the Awaken was fused. Instead, make twice that. Yeah, this would be quite good if what's them could use it. God, my brain and my words, I've gone terrible. Valda, if Valda could use it, but she's just a regular guardian, not an elemental. Because then she could just turn. It'd be so much easier to turn on her dominations. Emerging avalanche. It looks pretty good in that art. This is one of the prettiest. This is a very pretty art set, very bright, vibrant colors. It's always considered one of the better artistic sets because of the vibrant nature of it. Weave Lightning, Biting Gale, Chill to the Bone, and Rainbow Foil. It's still early-ish. Rare Snapshot. Just take them from one pile now, and then I'll take from the other pile. Decided that. The hands have decided that. I didn't. We have Stowage Shelter, Sting of Sorcery. Just goes there. Earth Law Surge. Yeah, let's finish that pile off. Turn Timber, Icequake, and a Mulch. We got that Honing Hood as our cold foil. That's another common. Didn't think we had a legendary now. It's the next box. It's in the next box, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I have a regular Terror of Sunder. I'm looking for a Rainbow Foil one. I don't know really why I'm doing this. Stir the Wildwood, but then again, I did open a Marvel. Not a Marvel. I did open a Cold Foil Fable. So go figure. So it's not completely worthless. The cat was scratching it because it was lucky, eh? Bolton Shot, another Blink. We have one from last time, and Arcane Shockwave. It's alright, we've still hopefully got one more hit because Cold Foil and I think the what's the name replaced the Rainbow Foil from last time. There we are. Biting Gale, Earthweave, Tome of Harvest. Again, nobody. This is like Mark. This is Mark Bull Pulley. It's a very beautiful art. It's a Tome of Harvest, but the problem with this thing is it's as an additional cost to pay the Tome of Harvest. Put a card from your arsenal on the bottom of your deck. So, well, that's one card. This is another card, and it costs 3, so it costs another card to play this. So you're just going to be replacing your cards. You're not getting any card advantage from this card. That's why it's like a bit meh. That's why I was probably never played, just because it doesn't give you card advantage. And if something doesn't give you card advantage, it ain't good enough. All that is cycling 3 cards that weren't that great. And back then, you were able to do it anyway. Because back then you had the Crown of Seeds, so illegal, and was able to just bottom out things, flake out. So you're just able to bottom cards anyway to help prevent stuff. And Oldham's ability as well. So, you know, you had plenty of ways to cycle cards through. That's why it's turn to timber, light it up, and its strength. Just goes there. Oh, not long left. We've got a few cards. So yeah, that's the problem. Power creeps are always a thing. That's why a lot of these sets aren't that great. But there's still a couple of cards people have to come back and get every now and then. Especially with Sage as a thing. Icequake, Bodden, Polar Blast always looks so good with that much foiling. Always. 3 packs. Let's have a look. Bolton Shot, Evergreen, and a Lightning Press Blue only in Rainbow Foil, but that's what they all banned recently in Sage. Sigil Suffering, Rites of Lightning, Claws of Heaven. That was always one of those things I liked, but it just doesn't do anything. Because do you really want to be paying 2 for playing this and then paying 2 resources for 5 go again? Ain't that much worth it. And that was the problem with the Channel of the Thunder Steps. It was just too expensive for what it did. Then again, 1 resource, you can't really go cheaper than that. Channel and a Dazzling Crescendo. I didn't care about the other rare. I've just thrown it away. So yeah, obviously no Fable this time. Can't have Fables every box in one case. Jeez, that'd be fucking awesome. Also means they'd be worthless. But it could just be a one-off God case kind of thing. Yep. So still no Tales of Thunder of regular or anything else of big. Let's have a look. Channel Thunderstep, light it up, a blink, a sting of sorcery, emergence, that's the wrong one. Awakening, Channel Mount Heroic, a Channel Thunderstep, and a Tome of Harvest Rainbow Foil, and a Honing Hood, what is banned in Sage. So, yeah, it's alright. It is what it is. Putting Rainbow Foils aside, and I'm going to change the battery and get on to the next video. That's all the time I got for on this particular episode of BDE, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.